I don't have no water today.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Real Chill Conversations. Cheers. I had to give myself a little liquid courage to have this conversation. It's a highly sensitive topic for some. I don't know why though, but I guess it is. We're talking about men and why are they getting vasectomies? If you were a man, would you get a vasectomy? And just, I want a general a consensus and an opinion as to whether or not you guys think that this is a good idea. Is this something that you would do? Are you against it? What are your reasons why? So we're going to go over all those particular questions. I know I posted in a poll, got some answers in regards to that. So I am joined by the lovely Dominique. She's co-hosting with me tonight, and we're gonna have a little back and forth conversation about this. I have my opinions, she has her opinions. We might be on the same page with some things. We might see some things a little bit differently, but hey, that's the purpose of this podcast. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Your thoughts are your own. This is a free and safe space for you to express yourself. So do not feel like you're going to be ridiculed or judged or anything like that by giving us your answers and you're dropping your notes in the comments. We appreciate it, we respect it, and of course, we will handle all of those matters and everyone's opinions with that same respect that we hope that you give us, letting us have this conversation and talk about this topic. This is something that actually came up. I was at work one day and somebody was talking about how they were getting ready to go on paternity leave. And somebody was like, "What's that?" Like they had never heard of paternity leave. Now, everyone I'm sure is familiar with maternity leave, but people weren't really aware that there's such a thing called paternity leave. Maternity leave is when a woman takes off either after she's given birth to a baby to give herself time to bond, to give herself time to heal and recover from the birth. It's also used by parents that are in the process of adoption and are adopting a baby and want time to, nurture that relationship, foster that relationship, and get them, bonded and well adjusted to being in their new home. But this gentleman was going on paternity leave because his wife, who happens to be a stay-at-home mom, had gone through 9 rounds of IVF. And they were just about to give up on trying to get pregnant, at least table it for a year or two, give her body a chance to heal and recover and rebound from all the hormones that have to go into your system to get your body ready for IVF. He was taking paternity leave because he wanted to be able to assist his wife in any way that he could when she had to wake up in the middle of the night. So he said, if she's got to get up in the middle of the night to nurse the baby, I'm going to get up with her. She has to get up to nurse. I'm at least going to change the baby's diaper, change clothes if need be, make sure my wife has something to keep her hydrated and a snack and all of that. And I'm going to be there for her for that. And I was like, oh, that's so thoughtful. That's so sweet. And I was like, well, how many kids, do you guys want to have? And he's like, well, she wanted to have 6. I wanted to have 4, but based on how this IVF is going, I think we're going to be done probably after this one that we were fortunately blessed with. And then he said that, at their last doctor's appointment, the doctor said, well, while I'm in there delivering the baby, given your advanced maternal age, do you want me to go ahead and tie your tubes since you're already going to be surgically open and that'll be a permanent form of birth control? And his wife was like, no. He's getting a vasectomy. I'm done with the pills. I'm done with the hormones. I'm done with the injections. I'm done with putting things in my body. I'm done with my body not being my own. It's his turn. And he was like, if that's what she wants me to do, then that's what I'll do because I've seen her sacrifice a lot and go through a lot in order to get pregnant. So that's kind of what brought the topic up for me. And then I did have a conversation with my husband yet again. And I was like, listen, you need to snippety snip because we're done. Like, no more kids for us. And he was like, I'm not letting no doctor down there and work on my stuff. And I was like, why not? You're happy to let a doctor go in and work on my stuff, but why can't he work on your stuff? So, from your perspective, what do you think is the major reason that men don't want to have vasectomies?
Um, from my perspective, would be that they want to have babies. I mean, if I was a man, I just wouldn't do it. I'm not a man, but
I'm
if
not
I
a man either.
was, but if I was, I wouldn't do it just because. I mean, no, I don't see me doing that.
So
But the doctor does say that the vasectomy was way better than a
ligation,
tubal
tubal ligation.
ligation.
Yep.
Yes. So some men, I guess they do it because of that situation that you just
Hmm.
mentioned,
Yep.
because they don't want their partner to go through all of that.
Right.
So
Well,
I get it.
I just read a story about a man that is 82 and him and his 29-year-old girlfriend are expecting a baby. This is going to be his 11th child. The man is 82 years old. If he gets to see the kid graduate from elementary school, it will be a miracle. I just don't know why in your mind you think that it's okay to bring children into this world at 82, knowing that you're not going to be here for the
Is it
remainder of their
his?
life. Yes. Yes,
I have to question that.
it is his. There's a few stories that are out there about that. I mean, look up Robert De Niro. Look up Hugh Hefner. Look up. There's several men of advanced age.
But what if you're not with that person anymore, y'all? Like, okay,
Yep.
let's say this.
I knew you were going there. Go ahead.
Let's get into this, okay? So, how about if your partner had a vasectomy with their previous relationship,
Yep.
and then they get into a new relationship and they can't have any kids,
Because of
and
the
that other
vasectomy.
person want kids? So, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I guess if that other person wants kids, if I was a man, which I'm not, I'll continue to make that clear throughout this podcast episode. I'm not a man, never
You
have
know,
been.
because they're gonna be like, "You all needed a man."
Right. um, if I was, then certainly I would review the option and talk to the doctors and get second and third opinions on getting a reversal, because
But
if the percentage of vasectomies failing and them not being successful is the number that it is, then I would think that the potential for being able to reverse the procedure would also give you a good shot at being able to have babies again. But also, the percentage of vasectomies that fail, most of them are failing because the men aren't waiting the required amount of time before they don't use a backup method of protection. They just think, oh, I got the snip, snip. All the sperm is no longer in me, so I'm fine to continue on as usual. You have to wait, and then you have to provide a sample, and then it has to be tested to see, is there active and live sperm in that sample? And if there is, then you have to continue your waiting period. If there's not, then you get the green light to go ahead and go all willy-nilly, day and night, whenever and wherever and however you wish. In order to make sure that you do not get your significant other or your partner pregnant. Now, I have another side as to why I think men may go for this procedure, because there's plenty of men that have volunteered for vasectomies, and it doesn't have anything to do with them saying, oh, I'm doing this for the benefit of my wife and the fact that I don't want, my wife to go through the hormones of birth control and things like that. I think they do it as a safeguard, because if they're out there doing stuff that they're not supposed to be doing, nobody's going to be able to come back to them and say, hey,
oh,
I'm
that is
pregnant.
so
This
interesting
baby is
that you
yours.
mentioned that. I like that. I really love that.
Yes.
Yes, let's get into that.
Yes.
So, do men really use it for cheating,
I think so.
basically?
Basically.
So, okay, she can't get pregnant.
Especially if he
So, let me go
volunteers.
out here and have my fun,
Right.
right?
Right.
Some men, we not gonna say all of them,
Not
but
all.
we've been doing our little research,
Yep.
okay?
Yep.
So with that, I also want to say and mention that while doing my little research, the vasectomy started going up when it was the time of the Roe versus Wade request,
Ah,
that
ah,
they were trying to overturn it.
right.
So after that, the vasectomies increased, for men,
Mm-hmm.
and some men, based on the survey, stated that they just did it because they don't like condoms.
Wow. I mean, that's just interesting. I think most men will say that they don't like condoms, that they're not comfortable, it's too tight, it doesn't feel the same, and
Mhm.
this, that, and the third. And, to that I have to say, okay, but aren't you concerned about, diseases, infections, spreading something that you shouldn't spread, the risk of getting pregnant? I mean, some men are just so egotistical and narcissistic. They think that their pullout game is so strong, ain't no way they getting anybody pregnant. Now listen, you can just have a little dribble and that could get somebody pregnant. All it takes is a little teeny tiny drop, because you know how many millions of sperm are contained in each time that you have sexual relief inside the woman. Many.
Listen, I wonder, does it affect that for them? Like, does it affect? When I read on it, it said it didn't,
Yeah.
but some men actually say it did.
Yes, I read that too. I read that too. And I don't know if it's true or if it's something that's like psychosomatic, like in their mind. They think because they had this procedure done, now all of a sudden their performance is going to be impacted. Now all of a sudden they're not producing, sperm anymore, and it's going to impact and affect that. The only thing that the vasectomy does is it prevents the live sperm from entering into the fluid that the man normally releases when he's being intimate with his partner. So you still have the fluids, you still got the juice. There's just no sperm in there.
But I was about to say that. I forgot we was on live, y'all. Okay. So it's you're right, but you're not right.
Right. Okay, I'll take
Okay.
it.
Do
I'll
you
take
know
it.
what I'm saying?
I'll take it.
If y'all know what I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'll
Anyways,
take it.
some men do it as well. Like you said, well, we did say they didn't want any kids. Some do it because they have too many kids.
Mm-hmm.
And some also, um, like you said, is to get rid of birth. Well, I said it, to get rid of the condom.
Yep.
And I would say this. I don't, if my partner, and I knew that this was going to be the partner that I'm going to be with, and and we're probably going to be together forever,
Yeah.
and my partner had like a health issue, then I
Mm-hmm.
can kind of see that happening. But
Mm-hmm.
just to do it, I don't know. I just, yeah, no.
All right. Well, since we're doing our research and we like, sharing information and all of that, I want to share this, and I want to ask this question. How much do you think a vasectomy costs? What do you think the expense of a vasectomy is?
Um, Probably free.
Not free.
Not free.
Not free.
Should be free.
Should be free. Should be
Oh,
free. Just like birth control should be free. You should be able to go to the clinic and get your prescription for your birth control pills or
I
your
would say
little
like 3,000.
or your Norplant. No. So the range for a vasectomy is between $350 to $1,500.
Oh, that's cheap.
That's cheap. So it's affordable. It's
Yeah.
affordable. It-
Okay.
It's affordable.
I mean, Yeah, that would probably be another reason why it's so easy to get it done.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I would say absolutely. Just pulling
But
something
it's
else up
very
here.
hard when they do it. I think it's like try if you want to do the vasectomy and then you're trying to get it reversed. I don't think that's successful based on what I've read, based on my
Mm-hmm.
research. It was like a certain percentage that it may not work.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get it done, be sure that that's what you want to do, because to get it undone, and I heard it hurts. So
Yes. All right. So for women, if we're talking about the costs of birth control for women, the initial cost of an IUD for a woman, the initial cost can be anywhere from $500 to $1,300, but they can last for 3 to 10 years. Next, there's the Norplant, which is a little tube thing that they insert underneath your skin, like in your shoulder or in your back. That can cost between $800 to $1,500, and that lasts up to 3 years. The birth control shot, which is the depot shot, I've been on that before. The shot can be anywhere from $75 to $150 per shot, but you have to get the shot every 3 months. So patches and the NuvaRing, if you're into that, I've used both of them, both the patch and the NuvaRing. That can cost between $30 and $150 per month, depending on your insurance. If you were to do surgical sterilization, that's like the tubal ligation, having your ovaries cut or having your tubes tied, that can range from $1,500 to $6,000, and that's a permanent procedure. So, and then if we talk about the least expensive methods, condoms can cost anywhere from $10 to $30 per month. $30 per month for condoms? Really? Does that sound right to you?
no, I mean, so well, with insurance, it's probably not that high.
Okay. But diaphragms can cost anywhere from $50 to $100 um, for each method for the diaphragm. So every time you have your diaphragm replaced, that can cost between $50 to $100, I guess, depending on your insurance.
I have a
So
question.
yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No problem.
Do you think a vasectomy makes a man look sexier?
Does it make him look sexier? Well, I can't
Do
see
you
it.
think it would make him look sexier? Don't laugh.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm gathering my thoughts so that I can answer you in a
That was a
professional
good
manner.
question, by the way, for a woman, since we're
um,
having a man conversation.
yeah. Um, nobody wanted no I nobody wanted to answer my question. Nobody wanted to talk about it and show their face on camera. I'm like, you don't have to show your face. You can put
It
up.
was the reason I'm asking, I'm sorry. The reason I'm asking is because there was a survey
Yeah.
that I actually looked up.
Mm-hmm.
And the survey was is be- it consisted of women saying that they are turned on by some partners who value responsibility. So to them, they looked at the guys who got a vasectomy as a sense of responsibility, and some of
Mm-hmm.
them said that that actually turns them on because it shows them that the man is like on his stuff, like on his shit.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All
So
right.
um, the other women said that it was a turnoff um, because they desired to have children.
Gotcha. I'm still here. I want you to keep talking. I'm just gonna go off camera for one quick second, but
Okay,
I'm still here. So go ahead. Keep the conversation going. I'll be right back and just but I'm here. You just won't see me. I'll be back in a second.
okay, that's fine.
Keep going. I'm listening.
Okay, so on the survey, it also while we wait on Brenna to come back, y'all. On the survey, it also states that it increases sexual satisfaction, because you don't have the anxiety of getting someone pregnant. I want to know how true that one is.
That is definitely a good question. A great, great question. Great
But
question.
for the woman who do desire pregnancy, then sexually it would be a turnoff, of course, because they want kids. And I can see that. I can really see that. I
Yeah,
can really see that being a turnoff for women who actually want to have kids.
right.
Um, why do some men don't tell their partner? Because some of them don't. Let's be real. And y'all have a woman up here. Some women up here be lying and stuff.
Girl, who are you telling?
Boy, you got me pregnant.
Yes. Yes. And then the man looking at her like she crazy and done lost her mind and she out here cheating and doing all kinds of things and all kinds of whatnot. But
Let me
mm,
shut up.
yeah.
Dude over there laughing like, girl, got who pregnant? Who?
Not me. Not me. But then I mean,
And won't tell his girl nothing.
don't you think it's important to come clean to your partner and let them know? Like if I wasn't, if I
Trying to
wasn't,
trap the
if,
man.
right, if I wasn't able to have kids, right? If was infertile and I'd been fertility tested, and let's say I had a previous relationship and a previous partner, and I had gone through, and we were not able to get pregnant, and then the only other option was either adoption or using a surrogate. Let's say that relationship ended over the fact that we weren't able to have kids together, we grew apart, whatever, whatever. But I enter into a new relationship and I don't tell my new person that I don't have the ability to have children. And this is something that's very important to him, something that he really, really wants. He really, really wants to have kids. And I'm just
Thank
sitting here,
you.
and I'm just sitting here like,
It's somebody's asking for the subject again. It is wait, hold on.
why are men getting vasectomies? Why or
Okay,
why
there it
not?
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why or why not are men getting vasectomies? Reasons why and reasons why not.
What's your comment? What do you think?
Yes, answer in the
Since
in
this is a male asking, come
yes.
on, man.
Right, come on in. Join in and speak up.
And some men also feared won't get it done because they said they fear that they were will be looked at as less masculine.
But I don't
And
understand how you're going to be less masculine. They're not
I
cutting
can
off you,
understand that though. I really can. I can really understand that point of view
but you're not
because
cutting
you
off
can't.
you're not losing your testicles. You're still going to have your testicles. It's not like if you're a woman and your breasts were removed because you had breast cancer or
But you're
your
not.
ovaries are
You kind of
removed.
don't have the root anymore. So I can see why some men would feel like that. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong or anything like that. I'm just saying I can understand their point of view.
Mm,
Um, and some of them had fears of losing their sexual ability. And there is something that states that you can lose your sexual ability if
yes.
you have a vasectomy.
Yes.
It's a small percentage,
Small percentage. Glad you said
but
that.
it's
Yep.
out there.
Yep.
So you
Yeah.
can. Wait, let
I'm
me see
glad.
if we have any more comments. Somebody said it doesn't, and that's funny. But no, seriously, like that was based on a survey because of course I like to look at surveys. Not only that, but I like to do my own research too because I don't just want to come up here and, you know, just say anything without even knowing.
Right.
But based on the survey, those were the concerns, this is coming from men.
Right.
Um, some men, but most of the men use it as a form of birth control. Just being straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that men use it as a form of birth control. And I think that it feels like it gives them the freedom and flexibility to not have to worry about, getting caught out there. Because what's the worst way that a man gets caught is when, a woman makes that phone call or sends that message of the positive pregnancy test. And it's like, remember that night after the club, such and such and such and such time ago. Well, guess what? I'm pregnant and you're the dad. You're the dad.
Hold up. After the club
After the club. Girl, you know how they be doing out here
in Atlanta.
in
No.
Atlanta. Mm-hmm. They be going
Listen,
they be going to the after hours, and then they have the after hours, at his place or her place, and keep the party going, and the party just continues on, and then oop, she's late. Oop, she pees on his stick. Oop, it's positive. Oop, she goes to the doctor, and the doctor says congratulations. Meanwhile, her whole face is like, ah, shucks. What am I gonna
okay,
do now?
okay, so I have this story, a story time, and
Story
it's
time.
actually based on a true story,
Like
okay?
based on a true story. Love it.
This is new.
Mhm.
Oh yes, y'all. I think we're streaming on Facebook and my page. So
Yep.
if you didn't go to YouTube, you can watch it on Facebook.
Yes.
But that was very good because it must StreamYard must have heard me say that.
They must have, because
They
remember
must. I was just
we did have that ability to stream to our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I mean, we had all ways in which we could stream, and then that got pulled away from us, and it's like all we could do was stream to YouTube, and then we'd have to share it to the Facebook page in order for people to watch it and go back and rewatch it, and then try to post as much as we could to get people to, watch it live directly from Facebook. So thank you, StreamYard, for
so I'm
making
so excited.
making that availability happen for us, because we've got lots of more topics and lots more stories to tell.
And we also have a guest coming on next Tuesday, so let's get ready for that.
Let's get ready for
And
that.
back to my story, you
Yeah.
guys.
Go ahead.
So this was based on a true story, okay?
Okay.
It is kind of sad. I will say that because I can understand where she's coming from, but I'm gonna keep her name anonymous and I'm not gonna
Hmm.
say it.
Okay.
So she wrote, my husband had a vasectomy and didn't tell me. So yes, they had their first baby together.
Hmm.
And after they had their first baby, he was excited at first. After the
Okay.
wedding, he was like, come on, let's go. I'm ready to get it. I'm ready to have this baby. And then that happened. After the wedding, things
Right.
happened. So she
Right.
got pregnant. They had their
Right.
first baby. And then after the first baby, he got very distant.
Uh-oh.
That's
Uh-oh.
where the issue came in. So after he got distant, and I have a sorry, let me tell the story. I'll read y'all comment in a minute.
Okay.
So after that, he went and got a vasectomy without her knowing. And she
Yes.
and they promised each other they would have 4 kids.
Oh.
So that really broke her heart.
Oh, I could see why.
And guess what?
What?
She dumped him.
Ah, she dumped him. Well, he lied to her. He lied by omission. He lied by omission. They had an agreement that they were going to have 4 children. He goes and he has a vasectomy. He doesn't even tell her about it. He's got to recover from the vasectomy.
Yep.
So, oh, we have a commenter says already have one. So already have a vasectomy, sir. Okay. Good to know. Thank you for that input. Um, if you have an agreement with your partner and you guys are on the same page, which you should be about, you know, the type of family that you envision for yourselves, the lifestyle that you want for yourselves, the goals and the dreams and the plans, the entrepreneurship, the having multiple businesses and multiple streams of income. If you have a goal to go back to school and let's say, get your real estate license or get, learn how to be a mortgage broker or some other type of, trade, learn how to, own your own tax firm and do your own tax reconciliation and accounting. If you guys are supportive in one another and each other's dreams and goals, why not share it with your significant other and say, you know what? I know that when we had this conversation X number of months ago, I told you, or years ago, I said that I wanted 4 kids. But honestly, babe, after having this one, I don't think I could have any more. Maybe one more, but I don't think I could do 4. Why not have that conversation? Why go the route of
Would
dishonesty?
you have dumped him?
And yes,
Mm.
yes, I would have. I would have.
I think he should have told her too. I mean, that's just sad. Like,
It's
this
because
is your
me. If
wife.
you're
You're
gonna
supposed to
lie,
have open communication with her.
if you're gonna
Oh,
lie about that, like what other things are you keeping from me? Like the trust is just gonna dissipate, and I can't be with you if I can't trust you. I'm
right.
sorry, I
I
just
won't
can't.
say her name, y'all, but
Just
don't
like you,
ask.
yeah, just like you were like, you can't fake a relationship. I can't pretend that you didn't just lie to me. Even though it's lying by omission, you still kept something from me. And so, what other things are you keeping from me that I don't know about? I don't want to have to go through that experience of constantly wondering, what's happening, what's going on. I don't want to live my life like that. I want to live my life in peace and I want to live my life feeling like my partner has my back and I can trust him with any and everything. I can't trust you if you're getting a vasectomy behind my back. There's a recovery period. You got to put ice packs on your Johnson. Like, who's doing that for you? And where are you going during the time in which this needs to happen? Are you telling me that you got a work trip or you guys are going on a fishing trip for the weekend? Meanwhile, you're laid up in some hotel room putting frozen peas on your stuff? Healing? From your snip procedure, like how does that even go down? How do you even have a procedure and your significant other doesn't know about it?
Now, I do understand, like, if you have like a lot of kids, sometimes enough is enough, you know? So,
Yes, but you should have a conversation like enough is enough. Like we're drowning, in our children here and we don't have enough time for each other. Like
but
we need to
they
we
agreed on the kids and they
they
wanted to
did.
have a family.
They
And
did.
after she had the first baby, it was like he was
He was
absent.
he was done. He
Like
checked out.
he went ghost.
He checked out.
And then, he went and had the vasectomy. And then she was like, okay, yeah, like it's over. Because why would you do that if you know I want more kids?
Right. You know
So
that I
this
want
is
more kids.
bottom line. This is a conversation that you need to have with your partner,
Yep.
like in the beginning, in the
Mm-hmm.
middle,
Yep. And
down the
tw- down the
line,
line, it's a
because
repeated conversation. It's a repeated conversation. You need to repeatedly check in and repeatedly check in. I want to say it was maybe 2 years ago.
and then he
Um,
wasn't considering her feelings
no,
about it.
not at all.
So
In my scenario and situation, maybe it was, I want to say maybe 2 years ago or so. It was like, hey, did you want to try maybe for a girl and have another one? And I was like, nope. I know it's gonna be a boy. I just know it's gonna be a boy, and there's nothing I can do. I can't return to sender. Once the baby is here, the baby is here. I've come too far. I've gone through too much. Like I don't even think my body could take it because my last pregnancy was so difficult. It was so rough. I had to have um I had to have a nurse come out. We've got someone that's joining us.
let's not talk about that. Because, baby,
All right, we got What Up in the building. What's going on? What up?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. So you are joining in on this topic of should men have vasectomies, and if they are having
what is this?
vasectomies,
What up?
what? Why are we having vasectomies? First of all, what up? What are you on team vasectomy? Or are you team no vasectomy? Which one are you?
I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm no vasectomy, but it's all about family and my wife. So whenever we stop, that's when we stop, and I don't need no vasectomy to do anything. But
Thank you.
if she wants me to, then I'll do that. But if she
Think,
really
Hold on,
wants me
let me
to,
do the bell.
right, do the
Thank
bell.
you.
Right. And didn't I say that? I didn't I say this in the comments? I was like, and I posed a scenario. What if the man wants to do it for, for his wife, because his wife has gone through enough with her health and the pregnancies and the hormones and this, that, and everything else. And so he doesn't want to see her have to go through anything else. And he's doing it for her so that she doesn't have to put her body through anything more. So thank you. What up? That's a very good answer. But let me ask you this, since we have you on the line. One of the things that was mentioned as a reason why men have vasectomies is so that they can get out there and cheat and be out willy-nilly, and they don't have to worry about nobody calling up their phone, sending them a text message of a positive pregnancy test, or ringing the wife's phone saying, "Hey, your husband done knocked me up. I'm about to have his baby." Do you think vasectomies are used as a means for men to get away with cheating and not get caught?
Let us know.
Let us know. Tell the truth now.
I don't know nothing about it. So let me see. So yes, yeah, definitely, men definitely do stuff like that. It doesn't make any sense to me, but yeah, they do things like that.
It doesn't
Uh,
make sense to you that men do stuff like that?
yeah, because why go through all of that when you're supposed to be where you're supposed to be at with your wife taking care of you? Why go through all that? And if it ain't working out, go
Just
and
just
and,
just
and
go
end
somewhere
it.
else.
You
Right.
know?
Go somewhere
Yeah.
else. Move on. Get you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got a comment. Let me see.
Okay.
Somebody says some do. Yes. Some do. We know they do.
Like
Absolutely.
not all men do all this stuff, but
No.
men do everything. So let me say that right. Not all men do stuff like that, but
Mhm.
anything you can think of, a man does it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Let's
And
see. We have a comment,
and uh-huh.
but they don't get it just to check. Okay, they don't, but they don't get it just to cheat. It comes in the play. It comes into play.
It
I'm
comes into
sorry.
play. Okay.
I
Gotcha.
can't see it because of that dollar sign. I'm sorry, y'all.
So what are some examples of things that men do? You said that men do things, they do all things, and a lot of it doesn't make sense to you. So you being a man, and for you to say that it doesn't make sense to you, are these conversations that you would bring up with other men that you socialize with and that you're friendly with, and what have you? Are you going to tell them, "Hey, like what you're doing doesn't make any sense," or you just let them go about their business? It's
Yeah,
their
do
life, it's
y'all
their
would y'all
business.
talk about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, great question. So no, men don't talk about it. This is what happens. And I was about to say this earlier. It usually happens when you're young, right? When you're young, you go do stuff, you see other men doing stuff, and you don't have to ask, y'all don't have to talk about it. You see it happening. And then just in conversation, they might be talking about what they're doing because they might be out there and you their friend. So it's not like you cool with it, but even if you say, at that point when you're young, you're probably not gonna say that's wrong. But as you get older, at some point you start to see what's wrong. And then some people they know it's wrong, but they'll still do it. So yeah, you don't see it. So as you get older, you'll start to say stuff, or you'll start to separate yourself from that person. Uh, so it comes
I
with
like
age
that.
and maturity, and two
Yes.
very different things. It comes
Yep.
with age and maturity.
Because you could be of a certain age, but you could still be very, very immature. You could have a big age
Absolutely.
and have a very young maturity level number. You could have a big age and act like you 19 all over again.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But I
So,
will say one word, last thing, because I don't want
okay.
to get myself into y'all trying to trap me. But
Oh no, we're not gonna trap you. We're not gonna
but
trap. We want to know who what up is, who it is though. We gonna
so
find out later.
So one thing is, and this comes with maturity. This comes with, you know, okay, let me say this right. A lot of men do things, not a lot, and not even most, some, very few men will blame it on their significant other. They'll do something because she did this or she
Ding the
did that.
bell. Ding the bell. Ding the bell. Ding
And
the bell. Ding
but
ding ding.
as you get older, like
I'm
there comes a time when a male in any age knows when he becomes a man. So when you start to see this, you start to know who you are, and you start to know your mistakes, and then you start to say to yourself that no matter what she does, I'm here for her, because a lot of that stuff that she doing was probably my fault in the first place. So let me stick with her because she don't stuck with me. You just got to get older and you got to start seeing it. And but a lot of men will blame the woman first. But as you get older, you be like, no, that ain't her fault. It was all my fault. So, but sometimes it is the woman's fault. But if it is her fault, then you should just be leaving instead of staying.
and another. Okay, since you did say that, I do want to say this. It's some man out there that will blame the woman for having too many kids.
Mm-hmm.
We have another comment. Hang on.
Okay.
Somebody said, oh, I don't know what that was. Oh, facts. Okay. Um, yes, so um
Does that
that's
come with
a
mature?
that's
Does that
that's a
come with?
touchy subject there because I don't understand like why like a woman and a man if they're together, some of them, I'm not going to say everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but they get in a relationship, they're together for a really long time, and then the woman just start having kid after kid after kid, and then that kind of overwhelms a man, some man. What do you think?
Yes, it does. It has to do with him and what he might lack as a man. Meaning that at first, when he started, everything was great, but when things became overwhelming for him, like, oh, another baby, and even though I had a big part in it,
A
what am I
huge
gonna
part.
do? What am I gonna do to take care of the family? And it's, for a lot of men, it's just easier to leave and start to blame other people instead of sticking in there and rolling
Stepping
with
up.
the punches and stepping up. Yeah, that's the better word. Stepping up.
That's a
Very
good
hard.
answer. Yeah. If you were in a situation and let's say you already have your kids. Do you have kids, by the way? What up?
Yes, I have 4 kids.
Okay. So let's say that you have your kids, and let's say that the person that you're with asks you for a vasectomy because she no longer wants to have any more children. She doesn't want to go on any hormones. She doesn't want to do birth control. You're not really into the condoms. She's not really into the condoms either. She wants to give her body a break. So you guys agreed to go ahead and move forward with the vasectomy. So you have the vasectomy, right? So let's say a year or two passes, things really aren't going the way that you would like for them to go in the relationship, and you feel like it's time for you guys to go your separate ways. The relationship ends, it's done. Okay, you've parted off, you co parent, you're on good terms, no hatred, no negativity going on. You're living your life, she's living her life. But let's say you meet somebody else. Somebody else comes into your life, and this person does not have kids. This person does accept your children and treat your children as if they were her own, but she doesn't have any children of her own, and she's younger than you are, and her biological clock is ticking, and she really, really, really wants to have a baby. You really, really, really care about this person. You think you have a future with her. She feels like she has a future with you as well. Are you going to go the route of reversing the vasectomy to try to accommodate this new person's wishes, or is it it's kind of already done. I don't think I'm going to go the surgical route anymore, but let's look at other options as far as you having kids. Like we can do, IVF. They can extract the sperm from my body and then implant one of your eggs, so it'll still be our DNA together. It just won't be us having a baby the traditional way. Would you accommodate that request, or are you done once the vasectomy happens and you've done the snip snip? You're not looking back. Even though the person that you're with is much younger, has no children of her own biologically, and wants nothing more than to have a baby of her own. Are you going to accommodate her wish to reverse your vasectomy? Will you do that, or is that a hard pass for you?
So I'm gonna tell you the truth, right?
Okay, the
I, I
truth.
had I had the answer on your second sentence. So
Oh,
I understand the scenario, but that will never be a scenario for any man. The real scenario is, depending on your age, what is going to be your thoughts if you want to have more children with the possibility of your scenario. So if that crosses the man's mind and he not solid with his wife at the time, or solid with his manhood and maturity, he not gonna do the vasectomy in the first place. It's not gonna happen.
right.
If he does, yeah, that's because he's thinking about reversing it. But if you get as you get older, you already gonna make a decision if you want more children or not. And then when you my age, you be looking at these little kids, you like, I don't want no baby. You crazy. I'm not standing up for nobody. I ain't having no more baby mamas. I ain't trying to deal with craziness. I'm
Okay,
good.
because I'm a woman. I ain't having no more.
I ain't dealing with none of that. If I do meet somebody else, why would I want to
I
have a baby with
wanted one
her?
more, but I
Yeah.
was like, "Mm,
Mm.
I'm getting old.
So,
I'll just take someone else's.
yep, I'll just borrow one and give him back. I'll be an excellent auntie, an excellent godparent. And when the time comes to be blessed to be in the grandparent mode, the grandma mode, then I'll
Yeah.
go that route. But I'm done having any more children of my own that are coming out of my body. I'm done
Yeah.
with that.
So that's all we're waiting for, right, babe? We're waiting for grandchildren, right, babe?
Yep.
That's right.
Just in case you didn't know who I was.
Somebody said 100% what up. I know that voice. That's why I said something.
Well, thank you, what up, aka husband, for joining the conversation tonight. We appreciate you.
We
Thank you.
appreciate y'all too, ladies. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye. So wait, they can come up here too. Oh my god, this is so cool.
StreamYard doing it big now,
I know
guys.
Streamyard love us now. Okay,
Mhm. But that was
we in
some
the
that
we in
was
the
some good
game.
input and some really good insight, I think.
Absolutely, and we needed that
Yeah.
because we're women. Of course we do our research and we do pose and acts and
Right.
all type of stuff.
Right. We try to
So
put
it was just
ourselves in the
better to have
shoes.
a man up here and actually speaking about it. That was dope. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Appreciate that little favor. Appreciate that little favor. I mean, we can put ourselves or
We
try to
were
put
saved by the
ourselves
bell.
that's it, put ourselves in the man's shoes, but we sure can't fit. I know I can't fit them size 11 and a halves or 11s or whatever they
Okay.
are. I can't fit them shoes. So I
Well,
can't.
talking
And
about man,
our brains think differently. Yeah.
Next Tuesday we will have a man on the podcast. So
Okay.
let's get it. And I will roll that out later on tonight.
Okay. Looking forward to it. Do you have any other closing comments, any other thoughts that you have that you'd like to share about men? Why or why not? Or why are they getting vasectomies? Why aren't they getting vasectomies? What would you do if your significant other had a vasectomy and didn't tell you about it? We talked about that tonight. We covered a bit with this topic and we got, some good insight in both the comments and also, with our special guest this evening. So I think a lot was said, a lot was covered, and we have different angles and thoughts that you can think of. But certainly, I think one of the most important things is you need to have the conversation with your significant other. Really need to come to a decision together. It's not a singular decision, it's a together decision. So, if my partner was to come home one day and be like, babe, give me the ice. I got to sit down. I got to ice it for the next 6 hours and whatever. And I'm like, what did you do? And he's like, oh, I went and I got the snip snip today. And I'm like, without even talking to me, even though I've already expressed the fact that I didn't want to have any more children, I'm upset at the fact that you didn't tell me that you were having this procedure done, because it's still a procedure. A procedure is still a procedure. And I'm still going to be concerned about your health. I'm still going to have wanted to know, the facts, the pros, the cons, the possible things to look out for, and all that kind of stuff. So I want us to be on the same page and maintain that level of honesty. So, with
I
that
mean, I
said,
like the honesty part and I
yep,
like the communication part. Like, you definitely want to communicate with your partner and you
yeah,
definitely want to be honest about the whole situation, because if you messing with me and you don't tell me, oh yeah, we gonna have issues.
100%.
But I'm not the type of person that's gonna tell you either get a vasectomy. I mean, no, I won't do that. Like,
Get a vasectomy or else.
if I don't want any more kids,
Yeah,
then that's different.
yeah,
But I wouldn't tell my partner, hey, get a vasectomy because I don't want to get surgery
right.
and it's better if you do it than I do it.
Yep.
No, that is selfish. I will not do that.
Yeah.
Because what if I'm not with him anymore and
Mm-hmm.
he wants to build a he meets somebody that's wonderful,
Mm-hmm.
and
He's
that person
happy.
wants to have a baby. Now
Yep.
he can't have a baby.
Right.
Like, no, that's selfish to me. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't dare tell my partner to have a vasectomy. That would be a decision that he would have to make, because if I'm not with you tomorrow, you're not blaming me.
So
Okay.
let me ask you
So
this. Let me ask you this. I know we're trying to wrap up, but you just brought up a very, very important point. Um, when people that have been together for a very long time and then they're
mhm.
no longer together and they go their separate ways and they move on and you move on, and it's like, fine, this person is dating somebody else, this is their boyfriend, this is their girlfriend, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But do you think it makes a difference when your ex has another baby or has a child with somebody else after your relationship ends? Does it make you feel some type of way? Are you wrong if you have any types of feelings about that? Or really is it none of your business because you ended it together, you've moved on, they moved on, and having a baby is part of their new life?
Right. I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
You said it right. My
Yep.
ex.
Yep.
I
Yes.
wouldn't be mad at
Yep.
all.
Yep.
So as long as it's not current,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like
Yep.
while we together,
Yep.
then I don't care what happened
After
before
the fact. Yeah.
or after me,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
long as I know what's going on in my circle at this time, then I'm good. But
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't get mad at that. And like I said, I wouldn't get mad at a man if a woman wanted to do sip her stuff up,
Mm-hmm.
and if he don't want to be with a woman that sipped her stuff up, and because he want more kids and stuff like that, then I wouldn't be mad if you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be with me and I sip my I haven't, but if I
Mm-hmm.
did, which, yeah, I'm thinking, but
Yeah.
um so if I did, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't be mad if you didn't want to build with me because you probably wanted another child. So I
Yeah.
can understand people move on.
They
Listen,
do. They do.
like, everybody is not meant to be forever together.
Right.
So people move on like a lot.
People
It
grow
might
and
it
people
might take
change.
a decade or so, but
Yeah.
they're gonna, yes, like a lot of people nowadays, because nowadays marriage is not a done deal.
Mm-mm.
We saw so many divorces. Brenna,
Mm,
say it,
yes.
please.
Yes. Oh my
Just
gosh.
in the last couple of years, where
Oh
people
my
that been
gosh.
together for a really, really long time
Yeah.
ended up breaking up,
Breaking up.
and the rates went up crazy.
Crazy.
So there you go. It tells you
Hmm.
that, we're like shifting, you know?
Definitely, definitely shifting. I mean, there was a time and a place where, marriage was like the utmost, achievement and the utmost goal that you could accomplish and you could achieve. And it's like people look down on you if you weren't married by a specific time frame, if you didn't have kids by a certain time frame. I don't think we're in those same standards, anymore. And we shouldn't be in those same standards because that's very
Absolutely.
old and it's very outdated. It doesn't make you less of a person if you don't have children. It doesn't make you less of a person if you don't have a spouse. You are still you. You still make your contributions, to yourself and to society, and in every aspect and every way that you can. And you should not be defined by your marital status and whether or not you're a parent. Parenting is not for everybody. It's the toughest job in the world to have.
Absolutely. And
So,
and some people got married too young.
too young.
Like, no, give
Yes.
yourself time. Like, you don't even know if this is the person that you want to, like, getting married in your 20s, like, like you
Mm-mm.
just turned 20. Like,
I had a
that's, to me,
friend.
that's a joke. Like, you have not even met half of the, yeah, it's too early for me.
It is too
Like,
early
give
for me.
yourself time, because when you go into marriages at a very early age, um marriage is a process, and people think it's just going to be colorful roses and rainbows every day, and
No,
it's not.
no.
Okay. It's ups and downs and whoo, a lot
It's
that
literally
come with
it's
it.
all the things. It's literally all the things. And I
And you can
remember
get tired of it and bored,
I
you
remember
know?
in my early 20s, I think I was actually 19 at the time. I hadn't yet turned 20, and a friend of mine from high school was getting married. Man, she had this big elaborate wedding plan, the whole shebang. When I tell you, we had to literally push her down the aisle because she was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I was like, then don't do it. And she's like, but I have to. We spent all this money. All these people are here. Da 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 da.
Right. No, but
Well,
no, you don't have to.
she wound
You
up filing for divorce 6 months later. So it's like she should have never gotten married in the first place. She should have stuck with her gut instinct when her gut was telling her no. We should have let her go. We should have never pushed her down the aisle because we never should have pushed her into a marriage that she wasn't ready for. But we didn't know any better. We were like, come on, the people are waiting. You gotta walk down the aisle. But we didn't know any different. If I could apply the same knowledge that I have today to what I knew to then, oh my gosh, I would have been like, girl, let's go. Let's get in the car and go. You don't have to do this.
And that is not to say, okay, and that's not to say don't get married. I believe in
Right.
marriage. I think marriage is
Yep.
beautiful. I
Yep.
think, you should have the whole wedding,
Yep.
the white dress, whatever you want. It's
Whatever you
beautiful.
want. Yep.
But it's just like for us to be able to hit maturity, I guess I'm going to say it that way so people can understand me better.
Yep.
Like, there's a process to that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're still immature and in that kid mind frame, it's going to be very challenging to
Right.
get married at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we don't mature till later on in life anyway. I think we
Your
fully get the
frontal
point now.
your frontal lobe, which involves all of your personality and your decision making. Your frontal lobe isn't fully formed until you're 25 years old.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you're still not grown yet, even at 25. You're still not grown
Hey.
yet.
Hey, Mr. Frazier, thank you for coming in. Well, thank everybody for coming in
Yes.
today. Today was a great topic, and I can't
Yes.
wait till next week because we're going to have
Yes.
a good topic too.
We've been coming up with the good topics. Thank you, StreamYard, for rolling out these new things that we can
Shout
add to
out to
make
StreamYard
the streams even more successful and give you guys more access to be
and
able to
Google,
watch
baby. They
and
got our
join.
podcast out
Got
there.
us up on
Thank you.
Google. Yep, you can head on over to Spotify and some other platforms and check it out too. We doing things, so stick with us. Make sure you're in the Facebook group. Make sure you add us on Instagram, the Real Chill Conversations page. Like I said, we're gonna be making some different moves and some changes coming up here shortly. So continue to stay tuned. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us and hanging with us. And thank you so much for another great episode. Good night, y'all. See you
Good
next week.
night.
Mwah, mwah.